Hello everyone, hope you are all fine. It's me Vinith and welcome to my YouTube channel Pi2Pay. In this video we are going to discuss a very important concept, that is on factors. So you already know how to find a factor of a given number. So if the number is 12 and if you are asked to find the number, so what you are going to do, you are going to divide this 12 from number ranging from 1 to 13. So if any number between 1 to 13 divides 12 completely, then it's going to be a factor of that number. So I will write code for that here. For I in range of 1 to n plus 1, that is 13, if that n is going to completely divide by that I, then you are going to append that number to one list called factor. I am taking factor here. So if you have a list called factor, then you are going to append that I value to that factor. By the end of this for loop, so what are all the values present in factors are going to be the factor of this number n. So this is a conventional method of finding the factor of a given number. This method is going to work fine if n value is very small. So if n lies between around 100 or 200, so not even 200, if the value lies between 1 to 100, then this code is going to work fine. So if there is a constraint like this, if n should be greater than or equal to 1 and it should be lesser than or equal to 10 to the power of 10. In this case, this code is going to fail. It's going to show a runtime error. During this case, you need to do one more method to solve this type of problem, that is using square root method. How to solve this question using square root method, I will show you that. So you are given a number like 12. So first you need to find the square root of a number. Square root of 12. Square root of 12 will be around 3.4. So after this you need to add 1 to it. So you are going to add square root of n plus 1. So this is going to be 4.4. If you are given a number like 12, so you are going to get the square root of number n and then you are going to add 1 to it. So after doing this, you are going to pass this expression into the range. Show you here. For I in range of square root of n plus 1, so you are going to pass this condition inside a range value. So the range won't take float values. Here the number is float, but the range won't allow float value inside it. So you need to add int here. So int is going to convert this float into an integer data type. So in this case, range is going to be 4. Okay, see the clear difference here. So here the range is 4, but in previous code the range will lies between 1 to 13. So in previous case, if you consider, so here the range will be around 1 to 13. 1 to 13. Here the for loop should run for 12 times. So but in this case the for loop only runs for 3 times. That is going to reduce your runtime. Okay, so here one more mistake I have did. You need to take value from 1 to int of square root of n plus 1. Here also range 1 to 4. So here the range is going to run for only 3 times. So this will reduce your runtime. So this is how you optimize your code. After this, how you will get the values? By only iterating for 3 times. First I need to give a condition, that is if n modulus I is equal to 0. So if this condition passes, then I am going to add values to a list called factors here. So if this condition passes, then I will obviously add the value which is dividing n completely, that is I in this case. I am going to append I to the factor. So if I consider 12 here, the range will be 1 to 4. I will explain here. For I in range of 1 to 4. So in first case the n value will be 12 and I value will be 1. So this condition is going to pass, and I am going to append that I value, that is 1, to a list called factors here. So after this, what I need to do is I need to append one more value, that is append an integer division I. So if I consider this expression, here n is 12, so integer division I will be 1 here, so the answer will be 12. Here I am appending this value also 12, and here I will be 1. So here I am going to append 12 and 1 to a list called factor. During the first iteration I am going to append 1 and 12 to this list. Okay, so after this, during second iteration, the I value will be 2 and 12 modulus 2 will be 0, and this condition is going to pass, and I am going to append 2 to the list. Okay, and after this I will be dividing 12 from 2, so this will give 6. I am going to append 6 to the list. After second iteration, the list will be 2 and 6. In third iteration, I value will be 3, 12 modulus 3, so 12 modulus 3 will be 0 only, so I am going to append 3 to the list. After this I will be appending one more value, that is 12 divided by 3, that is 4. Here I am appending 4 to the list. After third iteration, the list will look like this. So these are all the factors for the number 12. Finally I am going to sort the list, factors dot sort. This factor dot sort is going to sort the list, and the list will look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. This is the best method to get the factors for a given number n. So let's see how to do this in codes. I have explained all the code there itself, but I will write the code formally here. First I need to import a square root function to get the square root of a given number. So how you can get the square root method? So square root method can be found in a module called math. So I am going to import that method from a module math. So here I am importing square root function. After this I will ask the user to enter the n value, that is int input. I need to find the factor for this n. I am going to declare one list here, that is factors. After this I will declare one for loop. I am going to include range from 1 to int of sqrt of n plus 1. Finally I am going to divide that n from I value. So if this condition passes, I need to append I value to a list factor. I will append that factor, append I, and I need to append one more value, that is n integer division I. So this is it. Let's print the whole factor. So one more thing, I need to sort the factor first. So let's print both sorted factor and unsorted factor. So I will print factors. After this I will sort this list factor. After this I will print the sorted factor also. Let's run the code and verify whether the code is working fine or not. I will enter value 12 here, so it's not printing anything. So I have done a mistake here. I have not specified the proper if condition here. So let's run the code again and check whether it's working fine or not. So here the code is working fine. First it's printing the unsorted factor. So you can see during the first iteration I will be appending 1 and 12. After that I will append 2 and 6. Finally 3 and 4. So this is the sorted list. This is the code for factors. But what kind of question you can expect from this factor? You can expect a question like this. So they will ask you to find the kth largest factor. So what this kth largest factor means? So they are going to give one number like 3. So you need to find the third largest factor for this number 12. So if they give the find the third largest number for this 12, so the third largest number will be 4. The first largest will be 12, second will be 6, and third largest will be 4. So they can also find the first minimum factor for this number 12. So the first minimum factor will be 1. So this type of question they may ask in interview or coding rounds. Just note down this method. If you practice this code for 1 or twice, so you can remember this code for a period of 1 or 2 months, but after that you are going to forget this code. So just write it down somewhere in your system or in book. During interview rounds, just go through these methods. So this can help you to crack the coding rounds. That's it for this video. I will be back with another video. Until then, see you. Bye.